Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjuveler.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone. Today's is a very special event in the No One Has to Bead Alone sessions, since one of my best beady friends will join me shortly on screen and we will bead together with Anna of Tigerguld from Sweden. You can watch this broadcast either from my Facebook page or from the Storytelling Beading Club. And I hope that you can see me well and I hope that you can hear me well. Please let me know in a comment. I see Katja and Sarah and Tanya is here, Marianske is here, Corinne, Maria, Janine, Kata is here, Kiki is here. Kathy says, "Hello everybody, what a rush for me to get home, feed the dogs and eat myself, but I made it." Wonderful. I'm glad that you made it on time, Kathy. Tanya says that she can hear me and see me, so I'm really happy that the technical stuff is all right. Oh, Frida is here. There is a Deb. Wonderful. And so many Swedish beaders. I'm very sure that Anna will feel comfortable and at home on screen with you. Petra is here also, and Karina is also here. So I will invite now Anna to join me on screen. Hello, Anna.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Erika. I'm so glad to be able to join you this evening again. Evening or evening. Well, pre-evening, as they say in The Big Bang Theory, I think. Something like that.
It's a pleasure to have you back. I think many of us enjoyed a lot when you joined me last year, and then we beaded together the potion bottle motifs that could be like earrings and pendants. And I remember seeing many, many beautiful, colorful versions from those.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really,
saying
really fun.
hi to you.
Hi, everyone.
I don't know if you see the comments.
Yeah, I do actually. This time I do. Last time I didn't. I was just looking into a cell phone with absolutely no information at all. I just heard your voice. So this is a lot nicer.
Such an improvement.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot easier.
And Sarah says, you have the necklace on. And indeed, I would like to show everyone my new beautiful necklace that I received also from Sweden. And I would like to, before we would start beading, I would like to thank everyone for all the messages and postcards and surprises, and Marianska literally turning up on my doorstep for my birthday last week, and it was really a nice day and heartwarming, and thank you so much everyone. And I have a very beautiful necklace. Thank you, Sarah.
That's awesome.
I will go all evening like
you will not get anything done.
No, but you know, I can go like this because today you were a bit of one showing your bead mat and hands, so
yeah, true.
I'm off duty. I can be just, but I will also bead.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
And I don't know, Anna, if you have noticed it, but this month in the Storytelling Beading Club, we have a little challenge. Every month we have a little challenge since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And in January, we were beading in the new Pantone colors. Then we were like trying our hands with something new. So if someone has never beaded a ring, then she challenged herself with a ring or a brooch or new colors, whatever. Then We were, oh my God, we were improvising and choosing beads with
Yeah,
the,
I read about that you were pulling beads straight off the bead mat. Yeah.
yep, with closed eyes. And this month we have another little challenge when the challenge is to like be kind
Mm-hmm. That's
and
nice one.
the task is to make someone happy with your beadwork this month. Like,
Yeah.
I think especially these days there are so many even people close to us who need a little bit of cheering up.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I think little unexpected gifts can go a long way
Yeah,
these days.
absolutely. That is very true. That's a really nice challenge. Yeah. Or a theme, rather.
Yeah, it's not a challenge, it's a
It's
theme.
not- Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, and already lots of members from the club posted it in the club that
Mhm.
they surprised someone. So that's so nice to see. So thank you so much, everyone.
That's very, very sweet.
And I invite you to maybe join the team if you want, Anna, to
I'll do my very best.
spread bead love.
Yeah, exactly. That is very, very true.
In the meanwhile,
Mhm.
more than 50 beaders joined us.
Oh,
And
that's wonderful.
Ginny is here, and Lutka, and Connie, and Liv, and Sherry. And Sarah is approving of my necklace. Cheryl. And Cheryl says, Swedish people are the loveliest and kindest.
That's really, really nice.
And Ula, then we have a bidding friend. I don't see your name. And Deb, Gunel, and Lena is here. Wonderful company.
Yeah.
And today's No One Has to Be Done on class is actually just the beginning of a full Anna weekend. Do you want to tell us more about it?
Yeah, I'd love to. It's I have since a few months back started to work during the days at another office. So therefore, I have decided this spring to pull all my classes together into one weekend rather than working in the evenings too much. So this is my what I call Tigerguld class weekend, and I'm starting here with you, which is a lot of fun. And then later on tonight, I will do a filigrees and beads class, where it's an inspirational class where we are going to explore what you can do with filigrees and beads and such
We
together.
have filigrees here. You might have noticed that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
love
just a
filigrees
few, not
here.
that many, just a few. And then tomorrow I'll continue with. Well, I will have these classes in both Swedish and English actually. So
That's
I'm
wonderful.
doing double classes. And I see that I got a question from Therese, I think. She asked what I was wearing, which necklace I'm wearing. And this is actually something called the Deldoval. It's an abbreviation of delicate and oval because we are using an oval crystal and it's quite delicate and dainty. So that's why I pulled it together.
Nice.
And that's the class for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will have that class. In the evening in English between 6 and 8 p.m. And there are still spots available if someone wants to join in.
In the meanwhile, I just posted the link to your website.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Yeah, there you can read about it. And if you're interested, then just send me an email and I'll send all the info to you. And then on Sunday, we are going to do another class called Warped, which is only seed beads, nothing else.
Mhm.
So it's only size 11 and size 15 seed beads, and that's a link. I actually have it on here as a bracelet right now. There you have it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it can also be used as links and even maybe long straight earrings and such. So it's more of a bit of a fun thing to do with leftover seed beads, more or less.
Oh, that's always very, very appreciated.
Yeah. So it only uses a few grams of seed beads. So that's all.
Thank you, Anna, for showing us and telling us more about your project.
Yeah, of course.
Teresa is asking mm, that. Oh, I saw a comment here.
Okay.
Yeah, Teresa is asking, how do we get into the class for your necklace?
Yeah. Easiest is to check out my website. It's Tigerguld with a U.com for the English.
Already in the comments.
Yeah. And if you click on classes, there you see all the information. Or you can find information on my Instagram page, which is also called Tigerguld. And or send me an email or something, and I can share the links later on.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it will be lots and lots of fun during
Yeah,
the.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's so much fun to finally be beading together with all of you again. So I really miss that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. In the meanwhile, also Tonya joined us, and Alicia, Elżbieta, Shirley is here, Sylvia is here, Sylvia Darius,
Yeah.
Celine is here, Mektab is here, and Nicoline is here. Wow. Very
Lots of
busy
people and so many names I recognize.
today. Very, very busy class today.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm really looking forward to beading with you.
And Joanna now.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
Anna, can you tell us please what do we need today? Can you
Yeah, absolutely. You will need 3 colors of size 11 seed beads, and you need only 1 gram each, and also 10 pieces of 3mm crystal bicones. I'm using the ones from the Preciosa box. Today, I'm actually working with the bicones of the rainbow box, actually. Yeah. That was not planned. Oh, that's fun.
Which color do you have on your bead mat?
Now I'm gonna work, since I like to scale up, you know that by now. So I'm actually using the 4mm rainbow. No, sorry, the 4mm aquamarine matte.
Okay, I am also having a matte version. I have the Capri Blue matte.
Yeah,
It's 3mm one.
that's a nice one.
I really like it.
But for you, you need size 3mm bicones instead. And then we need 1 gram of size 15 beads, or essentially you need 10 size 15 seed beads. So that's only 10 all in all. So 1 gram is a little bit over the top, but it works. And then you're going to use fire line. I know I wrote in the tutorial that you need 1.5 meters, and that is enough for 2 beads. No, 2 flowers, sorry. But you don't have to have that much either. So
Okay.
it works well. So are you ready with your needles, ladies?
I am.
You are. Good.
I am. I am.
I am too.
In the meanwhile, also Joanna joined us. She has to go, but she wanted to say hi.
Hi, Joanna.
And Marina is here.
And you, lovely.
Oh, and Betty Lou. and Carol and Joyce and Lisa.
Lots of people. That's awesome.
And shall we bead?
Kata is ready. Kata is always ready.
Christina joined us from Antwerp.
Oh,
wow. Wow. Let's bead.
Let's bead. Okay, so I will switch around so that you see my bead mat instead.
And I will hide your class projects for now.
Yeah.
And I will show the diagrams.
Yeah.
The Cheryl says Kata was born ready.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say, but I think most of the participants today know already that you can download the printable file that makes it easier for you to follow the class from the storytellingjuveler.com/no one has to be alone / so that's where you can find well, the two possibilities: either to download the pattern for free if you need our helping hand during the current challenging situation, or you also need there also find there the link to Anna's Etsy shop in case that you are in the fortunate situation that you can buy the pattern and support the designer. And Vita joined us, and Kay, and let's bead.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, let's start. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do small flowers. And here I have a few different examples. For those of you who hasn't been in class with me before, please note I have quite shaky hands, so that's just the way it is. As long as both of them shake in the same direction, I'm happy. So anything goes. So as you see here, I have 3 variations. I have the small ones, which I have just simply done the beads themselves. Here I have one version where I have actually not done the middle part with the crystals, only the seed beads. And in that case, you only need 3 types of size 11 seed beads, and that's it. And here in these ones, I have used quite long crystal ear studs.
I like
that I got in Bergamo 1 year, I think. So I really like those. But for now, we're gonna work with these colors, or I'm gonna work with these colors.
What a pretty combination, Anna. That's aquamarine matte, right?
Yeah.
Or aqua bohemica matte.
Yeah, and then it's Duracoat opaque dyed orange. It's always hard with these names in English because I read them in Swedish and that's not the correct one. So this is what actually the flower looks like when it is a size 8. So you can work with size 8 beads instead, and then use size 4 millimeters in the middle.
Okay.
And size 11s instead of size 15s. So if I put a size 15, or if I put a regular one next to it, the other one, you see the difference in size.
Wow.
So you can really have fun and play around with this.
Would it be possible, Anna, may I have a question?
Yeah, of course.
Would it be possible that you bead a big one and a small one, and then you somehow fix the small one in the middle of the big one? And you have a 2-layer flower?
Yeah, you can do that. I actually did similar to that with this one. And then you can do it almost like sideways.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Anything goes. It really does. So let's begin.
Let's begin. And just a little reminder, ladies, you see my face, but you see Anna's hands. So it's a funny thing today.
we tried to so that you could see my face as well, but that didn't work.
Took us an hour to figure it out that it
Yeah,
doesn't work.
and then we decided not to. So let's go. We'll start by adding 5 A beads. I have in my combination, I have A beads, that's the white ones. B beads, that's the, what's it called? Muscat. Let's call it Muscat. And the orange ones are my C beads. Here are actually the bicones. They hardly are shown in the bead mat, but that's where they are. And then size 15 beads for you. I have size 11 beads. And in this case, I have dyed spring green ones.
Okay.
So that's the colors I work with.
Teresa says in the meanwhile, love the fact that you can use all size beads, almost like the flowers can turn into or act like filigrees.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Cheryl says, so layered flowers linked in a chain and add a tassel or ball chains on the end to make it hugely long and big.
Of course. Yeah, you can even scale up to size 6 beads if you want, I think.
We like challenges here, Anna.
Yeah, or pony beads if you have those. Size 2 beads. Okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start by adding 5 A beads, and you have a tail thread of about 10 centimeters. Pass through all the beads again so that you form a little ring. And that's what you see in diagram 1A and 1B. Yeah, you can use round crystals instead of bicones, Teresa is asking. When you have passed through all the beads, then we knot the tail thread and the working thread together. So we secure it with a knot. That's one. And there we go. So now I have a little ring. And then you pass through 1 bead again. And it doesn't matter in which direction you are passing through the beads. If you want to do as the diagram is drawn, then you simply flip your work when you're in this step so that it fits the diagrams. But that's we are not going to switch thread directions or anything, so anything goes.
Okay, so just around and around.
Yeah, we're just going around. So there we go. That's the first diagram. So now we switch to the second diagram. Then we pick up two B beads and pass through next A bead in the ring.
This is already like the second color that we are using,
that's the second color, yes. So you pick up 2 and pass through the next bead in the ring. And we are continuing to do that all the way around.
Funny because we are using only the second type of beads, but I already changed my plans compared to what I put on my. Well, I am still sticking to the beads that I have on my bead mat, but I changed the order. The size 11s, the different colors, that how they will follow each other.
Yeah. So as you can see now, it's sticking out a little bit here and there, and it doesn't matter because in the next row we are going to make everything look neat. So I'll add my last pair of beads, of B beads, pass through the last A bead, and then I continue through the first B bead as well. Like this. So I'm doing a step up through the first B bead that I added. And now it looks a little bit wonky, but that's not any problems at all because we're gonna fix this in the next round. Everyone with me so far?
I'm good.
You're good.
Kathy is also changing her colors.
Yeah.
And Tanya says, when you see my A beads, they are almost neon green, but in the flower they turned into a very soft shade of green. So funny.
Yeah. And that's usually what happens because when you have beads in a bag, they tend to draw colors from each other. But then when you line them up next to each other like this, then the color usually changes quite a lot. So it's really interesting. Awesome. So we got some responses that everything is okay. Good.
Yes. Cheryl, Teresa, Nicolene, Sherry, Gisela, Kata, everyone is going well.
Awesome.
And ladies, if anyone has a question in the meanwhile, then just type in your question in the comment field and
yeah, of course. Yes. Okay, so next step, we are going to work with the C colored beads, the third color. And here we are adding 4 beads and pass down through the second bead of the pair. And pass up through the first bead of the next pair. So you're skipping the inner ring. You are going straight to the second colored beads.
Okay. I am already frogging.
Yeah. One thing that you have to look for now, when it is a little bit, if the beads are a little bit wonky, make sure that they haven't twisted around because then it might not lay flat later on. So we are picking up 4 of the third colored beads, pass down through the second of the pair and up through the first of the next pair. And continue doing that all the way around. 4 beads down through the second bead and up through the first of the next. We're doing that a total of 5 times.
It's funny because normally I like to work with colors which are like not tone in tone, but very different from each other.
Yeah.
And somehow today, when I was selecting beads for your flower, then I was like, I have to choose tone in tone colors. So I have bronze and gold and then a version of matte silver.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah.
But everything is like not accenting, but just in harmony. And it's very unusual for me.
You have a calm day. So I'm coming around to my last stitch now. So I have my 4 beads and pass down through the second B. And then in order to step up, I first have to pass through the B bead and then up through 2 of the third colored beads, the C beads. So you are passing through 2 of them. So now it looks like this. And that's finished for diagram 3. Everyone good, I think, or?
I don't see any questions for now.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
And in the meanwhile, also Katja and Lena said that they are doing good.
Wonderful. I just have to switch the side of my own tutorial so that I know what I'm gonna talk about. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So now we are entering a little bit of, we're going to work with 2 colors in this next row. So the first thing we're going to do is pick up 2 A beads, in my case the white ones, and then pass through the next 2 C beads, both of them. And then we're going to pick up 1 B bead, the second color, and pass up through the first 2 beads of the next set.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to repeat now. We are picking up 2 A beads, pass down through the remaining 2 beads like this, and then pick up 1 B bead and pass up through the first 2 beads of the next 4 set.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone with me so far?
I think
Seems like
so.
it.
And Cheryl says, I love how Erika's top and coffee cup match Anna's orange bead.
Yeah. And you know, for me, I'm working with very offset colors. This is, well, I do love orange and such, but not. It's been a while since I worked with this vibrant colored orange.
Well, it's just in time for getting ready for King's Day in the Netherlands with the orange color. We are celebrating King's Day next Tuesday.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So you will be well prepared with your orange flowers.
That's perfect. And I'm coming around to my last set here. So I have my 2 A beads passed down through the last 2 beads. And then I pick up 1 B bead. And in order to step up now, then I have to pass through 2 C beads and 1 A bead. So it looks like this. So in the last step, I'm actually passing through 3 beads altogether.
Am I doing good?
Very nice. Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you.
So
Not
this is what
really.
it looks
It
like
is, but
when you
Teresa
have.
is asking, what is King's Day? So I live in the Netherlands, and King's Day is the birthday of. We actually have a king and a queen here. We also have a parliament, but we have a king and a queen, and the king is celebrating his birthday. And normally it's a big party. Everyone is dressing up in orange colors. I have a long orange wig actually. And
Cool.
everyone is like out on the streets. Children are performing, and that's the day when you can actually sell stuff, like you can bake cookies, or you can sell your old books. Just go out on the street and set up a booth. So it's huge fun.
That's really cool. That sounds
Basically,
really
you
fun.
go out, you try to get rid of some things that you don't need anymore. In the meanwhile, you drink lots of beer, and then you go home with more things.
You just switch things and drink beer. That's basically it then.
Exactly. You probably get rid of your original stuff, but you get other people's unneeded stuff that you can sell next year. So that's King's Day.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. That's really fun to hear about these things.
It's really usually a very happy event
Yeah.
of the
Always
year.
do. Okay. Shall we do the next step?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm switching pictures.
Would you mind pulling down the text?
Oh, of course. Hiding Teresa's question.
Thanks. Okay, so we have the next step. In this step, we are going to work with the B color beads and the C colored beads. So the first thing we are doing is we're picking up two of the B colored beads, and then we're going to pass through one A bead, just one, the second one, and then we are picking up two C colored beads, third colored beads, and then we're going to pass through the single bead in between two petals.
Mhm.
And now we are making our way up to the next petal. So we are picking up two C colored beads and pass through one A at the top, only one A. So that's what we're going to repeat around the row. So the first thing we're doing is picking up two color B beads, pass through the second A at the top, pick up two of the C colored beads and pass through the B bead in between the petals, and then two C beads again and pass up through the A bead. So that's what we are doing all the way around now. If you want, you can make these flowers just one color as well. But I think that it's the combination of the different colors that actually makes everything pop a little bit more.
I really like how mine is coming together with all the colors.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I made the purple ones, the ones that you had in the... Oh, that's really nice. I made the purple ones with the blue and the white, and I felt very, very crazy when doing so, but it worked very well. I'm more of a unison person normally, so normally I like to work with colors that match a lot.
Mhm.
But when teaching online, it is always easier to have colors that stick out from each other. So I've learned a lot with doing online classes, actually. Are you doing well, ladies?
Oh, I think they are thinking about the beer and the flea market.
That works too. Why not?
Kata definitely is. She
Yeah.
said I should be in Amsterdam. Cheryl wants to see my wig. I also have an orange one, a pink one.
Oh, good. I have a bright blue one.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
It's one of those Japanese styled ones. So it's got two little mini, what's it called, bows or something up top.
Yeah. Oh
So
no, you know I would love to see that, right?
yeah, I was contemplating whether or not I should say anything. Oh,
Well, and I think that you now just called it upon you that when you join us next time, then you have to have your blue wig.
I'll see if I can find it. I
Please.
do have a photo of it though, with me in it. Okay, so I'm coming all the way around now. So I have my last two beads, and then I pass through the A bead first, and then I have to continue stepping up through the bee bead on top as well, so that I don't forget to step up properly. Now you can feel once you pull this row tight, you see that it's getting a little bit wonky. It's a little bit wiggly. It's not completely flat. And that is actually what gives these flowers a little bit of life. Because if it were completely flat, then you wouldn't have any petals to reflect the light off.
Okay.
So if you want to have completely flat flowers, then you have to try to find beads that actually snug up close to each other in order for it to lay flat. Or you have to push down like this all the time, regularly, trying to make it flat, because it is going to be slightly wobbly.
Okay. Okay. Or we should sit on it, I guess.
Yeah, you can do that as well if you want to. But don't add bicones in that case.
Oh.
That's not a good thing.
And remove the needle first.
That's also top tip. Okay, so how are you doing?
Kata is starting her second one.
I'm not surprised. And I saw that Cheryl already had done one before class, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, let's start the last row of the petals. Now we're going to work with the C-colored beads and the B-colored beads. No. Yeah. I think I've done them. Nah, let's see. So I pick up one C, pass through the second of the B beads. Then I pick up the same color I have here. So for me, it's actually an A. That's where I'm a bit hesitant if I've done it correctly myself, but I think so. Yeah.
I think this is also the point where, like, we can go our individual ways if we
Yeah, exactly.
and just finish it with the colors that we feel that
It is good.
it's fitting.
Yeah. So I pick up one bead and I pass through the last two beads of this petal, and then I continue straight up through the first two beads on the edge of the next petal. So I skip the B bead in the middle there.
So in the meanwhile, one of our Facebook friends asking if there is a printable file, and I have just posted the link where you can head for the
Yeah.
printables. Yeah.
Good.
So there is indeed a PDF from Anna.
And I stepped ahead too far before talking. So I pick up one bead in the same color as I have here, and then I pass through the B bead on top. So that's what we're doing the last row around. One C bead, pass through the second B. One white bead and pass through the second two, last two of the petal. And then I instantly pass up through the first two of the next petal. Pick up one bead and pass through the B bead. And then I repeat this all the way around.
Katja is also done with her first one.
Oh, wonderful.
And Teresa is adding the crystals on her second one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they are quite quick to work up, actually. That's why I call them cress flowers. You know, when you grow cress, Watercress, I think it's called in English. Swedish word is krasse. It's a small, delicate flower that is, well, you can grow the seeds more or less on a tissue paper.
Okay.
And you can eat the small greenery quite soon. And the flowers themselves are very beautiful if you don't eat the plants before they start blooming. And they come in all sorts of colors and all sorts of shapes. And so that's why I chose the name cress or krasse.
I am really curious of those. I will have to check it out.
Yeah. It's super easy to grow it. I know when we were growing up, we were growing them. You simply just sprinkle the seeds on wet tissue paper, and then you leave it in the windowsill for maybe a week. And then you have edible greenery to go on your sandwiches and such.
Anna, do you know that you are talking probably to the world's worst gardener?
You can't go wrong with cress. It's more or less.
They told me the same about cacti. You can't go wrong with a cactus. Yes,
Yeah,
you can. In many different ways.
yeah,
Yes.
that is very true. Okay, so I have finished all the way around for this one. Oh, thanks, Connie. Yeah, like sprouts. Sherry says sprouts, so it's like
Okay.
small sprouts.
I will have to check it out.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Together with mushrooms. German is called kresse. Kresse. So Swedish is krasse. So it's just one word, one difference. So now it looks like this. And I have my thread sticking out on top of one of the petals. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to work my way down to the center circle again. So I simply follow the thread path straight down through one of the petals. So I pass through one bee bead and one A, and then a pair of C beads, one B bead, and then through one A bead in the middle. So now I am at the middle of the flower. And now you actually have an option. If you want to make a flat flower, then this is simply where you finish and end the threads.
That also looks good, I think.
Yeah. Would you mind pulling down the comment
Oh,
again?
sorry.
No worries.
It,
I look at my beads so much, so I forget to look up.
Ulla has a question in the meanwhile. She is asking, these flowers should work for the midsummer song?
Yeah, perfect. Yes, please send me.
And please
Yeah,
explain, what are you talking about?
this is actually the Midsommarstång is it's Sweden's first very own community bead project. So we are going to make a Mayflower pole together.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with this idea in the wintertime, and we have a little more than a week left to do flowers. And then all the ladies in Sweden, you have to live in Sweden or you have to be Swedish. They are sending the flowers to me, and then I'm going to make a midsummer pole out of them. And hopefully we are going to get some maybe some press here in Sweden and just show off the bead work, because it's not, even though it's quite big here in Sweden, it's not well known. So this is, and it's just a fun project. So this is going to be fun.
I think it sounds really interesting, and already like doing it together, that's already a very, very nice experience.
Yeah, and I wanted to include other people as well, but it was going to be since it is we don't know where it's going to travel or what we're going to do, so that's why I chose in the end that, well, we have to stick to Swedish boundaries. Unfortunately, I think this time
it doesn't qualify me that I speak like 3 Swedish words.
Sorry. Almost, but not quite. That's a good try. Okay, let's do the last step. So now I'm picking up my very first bicone bead, and then I have my size 15 bead. And what we're going to do is let everything fall down to the middle like this, and then you pass through the bicone again and continue through the next A bead in the circle, in the middle circle. So your size 15 bead will actually act as a buffer bead when you do this. And now we repeat this one. So we pick up one bicone bead and one size 15. Let it fall down. Pass through the bicone bead, or pass back through, actually, not pass through again. And then pass through the next A bead. And repeat that all the way around.
Debbie's asking about your sizes in the meanwhile.
I'm using size 8 beads instead of size 11s. And then my bicone is size 4 millimeter. And this one is actually aquamarine matte. And then I have a size 11 on top instead. So it makes a slightly bigger flower.
I like it.
I'm glad.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I like these short, fun projects because you can do so much with it. You can use it as a single pendant, but you can also use it together. Oh, wow, that's cool. I love the colors in the middle.
Thank you. Corinne was also asking a little bit earlier that if I will put an accent color in the middle. So that was indeed my plan, to go with like tone-in-tone colors for the seed beads, except the avocado size 15s. And then we have the Capri Blue Preciosa bicons, and I'm super happy with them.
Yeah, I love these matted Preciosa bicons. They are awesome. When I come all the way around now, then I go back through the crystal, the bicone, and then I pass through the last of the A beads. And here I have a little trick. So I'm actually pulling the needle all the way through to the back.
Okay.
Because then I don't have to worry about the thread getting snagged on one of the crystals or anything in the end.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yay! Wow, I finished my project.
Wow, cool.
That's new for me. In the meanwhile, also Nancy joined us.
Yeah.
And Faye. And Faye got up very early, I think.
Oh, wow.
For the class. Did you have a coffee already, Faye? I hope so. Oh, mine is empty.
I only drink water at this time of the day. For us, it's evening. It's 6 p.m. here now. So what I do now is I have simply stitched through the circle in the middle so that I get back to my tail thread, and then I knot and end the threads again, because I feel that most of the times you actually get a more secured knot if you go back to a tail thread rather than if you are just doing half hitch notches around a little bit here and there. In this case, as long as you're doing earrings or single pendants, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing like bracelets or something that needs to carry a lot more weight, in that case, it is better for you to do proper knotting in a few places.
I think this would be perfect on top of filigree.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
It would
think
probably look very nice.
I have a filigree ring base, and I'm gonna fix it on top of that.
Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. That's my bead with the finished flowers.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
And Kata is asking me if I finished both pieces, but one is perfectly enough. I
Yeah, that works too. Why not? Anything goes. So I'll switch back to my face again. Hang on. I hope.
we want to see you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it worked. So as you can see, the earrings that I'm wearing, that's actually the purple ones that you have on the photo, Erika, from of this day. So that's those colors. And then you see my purple ones in the other photo. So you can really play around a lot with this design and do different things.
I think it's super versatile and perfect for leftover beads.
Yeah.
Also, I know that many beaders have trouble with it, including me, that I get a kit and then something is left over. I don't know the color number. I don't know where to put it back. I don't have enough for a big project. So this is great.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, you can even make a 5 colored petals if you want. So you can make one green, one blue, one red, one yellow if you have lots of beads left overs. I'm so glad. I'm reading some of the comments and I'm very happy that you like it. That's wonderful.
And Mektub has a great idea that she will put bicon beads on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Because then you get a little bit of bling in the back as well. So that's really nice, especially if they're hanging down a little bit.
And Ginny joined us in the meanwhile. Hi, Ginny. And everyone liking the project.
Yeah, wonderful.
It was really, really nice beading it, Anna. Thank you so much for the class today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was very nice to be here again. And I'm really happy that you like them. That's it's always so much fun that you can do with them.
It's a really nice little project. And I am really looking forward to seeing the finished pieces in the beading club, in the storytelling beading club.
Yeah.
And I think there will be many, many variations.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe even bracelets and such. If you're doing bracelets, by the way, hang on. I'll just switch myself for 1 second again. It sounds so strange. Switch myself. I mean, switch the camera. That's what I mean. But since it is a 5-petal flower, then if you're doing bracelets, you can either do them petal to petal, or you can do them petal to between petals. It depends on which end result you want to get.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can think about in that case as well.
Those very delicate ones that you were just showing now, I can totally imagine them in a long row
Yeah.
after another as an earring. Like we had the frozen flowers earrings in January,
Mm,
3 flowers on top of each other with a drop.
yeah,
That was
exactly.
really, really nice.
I have one that I have actually put on a long single chain. Let me show you how it looks. It looks a little bit like this in that case.
Oh, that looks really fun.
So it is simply an ear stud and a little bit of chain, and then the drop later on.
That's a great idea. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, wonderful.
And in the meanwhile, Sarah said like she was missing the community last week when we didn't have no one has to be the lone session.
Yeah,
And the reason I missed you too, like it was so like such an unusual Friday evening, so empty and like what shall I do now?
yeah,
It was really, really unusual.
yeah.
But the reason while I skipped the week with coffee time with Erika too, and also with No One Has to Be Alone, because we are preparing for some very big things, including a whole month-long series of embroidery classes in the Seed Beads and More group. I have already posted about it earlier, and something more. And before we say goodbye to each other, I would love to invite everyone to Coffee Time with Erika next Tuesday. It's 3 p.m. Central European time, or I think I think it's 9 a.m. New York City, and I will have some very big news
Cool.
coming on Tuesday. And usually on Fridays or Tuesdays, I am sharing like, yeah, you maybe have a special occasion to shop at the Storytelling Jeweler website. But today I have very different news. I am telling that you will not be able to shop at the Storytelling Jeweler website from Monday evening until coffee time with Erika on Tuesday. So just warning that there is a scheduled maintenance from Monday evening, and please join me. Put it in your calendars, and please join me on Tuesday. I have something big coming up that I would love to share with you on that
Sounds really
day.
cool. I'll try to get it, catch it.
I hope you can make it.
Yeah.
So I'm wishing you a very nice Anna weekend.
Thank you very, very much.
All the classes that
Yeah, I have my first class in 25 minutes. So
I promised you that I will not keep you for more than an
no worries,
hour,
no
so
worries.
you can get
I'm almost
prepared.
done already, so we'll make it. No problem.
Okay.
It was wonderful to see all of you again, and thank you so much for having me again, Erika. It was wonderful.
Thank you for joining me, Anna.
Yeah, of course.
I love the flowers.
Thank
And
you very much.
have fun during the weekend, and take care, everyone.
I will.
See you in the club.
Everyone, take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.